Saul's over here. Saul's over here.
Okay. I didn't recognize that. I don't think you need that. Traitor.
Send it.
Weapon on safe, does not fire. Weapon on fire.
Try to make sure it doesn't fire. Alright, cool.
So what has been the exciting moments of today for you?
So, exciting moments, definitely the Spies insertion that we did a couple hours ago. Just floating through the air, it was the most peaceful thing I've done in probably years. That, and then getting to shoot the SDMR out here. It was a great time, first time on the weapon system, and did good.
Can you explain to me what the Spies insertion is?
Yeah, so it's when a Blackhawk has a rope dangling, and then you have 9 people attached to the rope dangling underneath the helicopter.
And how is that normally executed?
I come from an armor brigade, so I can't really speak on how it's utilized in combat.
Explain your experience through it.
Yeah, so we got to where the Blackhawks were, put on the harnesses, we hooked in, and then the Blackhawks started lifting up, started going. It was kind of nerve-wracking at first, being 100 and something feet up in the air, but then after a second, you know, I was able to take it all in, and it was fun feeling the wind, and yeah.
Hell yeah. And after they dropped you off here, what did you guys end up doing here?
So from the LZ, we got in the ISVs, we came over to the range, and then they had 5 different weapon systems disassembled in a tough box. So it was the M249, the M240 Bravo, the M17, M4, and the M110 Alpha 1. So we had to take all the parts out of the box, assemble the weapon systems, and then we were each assigned a weapon system to go shoot at the range.
So what has been your biggest takeaway, you personally, your biggest takeaway from just today's events in whole?
Today, I definitely had to get over the fear of being that high in the air with the Spies insertion. I wasn't scared. I was a little nervous, to be honest, before, but then, you know, once we got in the air, it didn't matter. I was having fun.
Oh yeah. What do you think you and your squad has benefited most from today?
Today we had to learn how to adapt. So we did the stress shoot, which we had to run a mile to start, and we didn't really know what we were going to be doing when we got there. So we had to adapt to that, and then we went straight to the Spies insertion, and none of us have ever done that before. So we all had to kind of improvise our way through it. And obviously, you know, there were people checking us, making sure we were safe. But and then coming here, shooting the SDMR is new to us. And yeah, overall just being flexible.
Okay. Work with me here on this question. So you've done all this training so far this past week. You're halfway through day 1. What do you think has been a combined mindset going into the actual competition that's this week?
We're hungry. Yeah, we're ready to get that win.
Ready to get that win?
Absolutely.
How would you describe your squad's mentality?
I would just say we got something to prove coming from an Armor Brigade combat team. We're not really considered like the high speed guys, so we definitely have something to prove, and we're going to come and prove it.
Sure. So coming from, you said Washington?
Washington State, yeah.
Washington State. Was there anything that you did before joining the military that kind of helps drive you forward?
So I definitely shot guns a lot at home, and I wasn't any good, but I was able to come here, and I knew a little bit about guns, and I was able to kind of hone those skills throughout my Army career.
What's your favorite part about the competition so far?
Favorite event is probably the Spies Insertion. It was a lot of fun. The stress shoot was fun too, getting that heart rate up and then having to deliberately slow down and take those shots. It was fun.
How has this event so far helped, like what specifically makes your team stronger?
I don't know.
Yeah, like what would you say, like what, I guess for an example, some would say maybe being under a stressful situation makes us stronger because it forces us to have to communicate better. Some might say, working, the long hours because it helps us motivate. We worked on a motivation and we just got closer. Things like that. Is there anything like that about your team?
Yeah, so we've been kind of on the road doing competitions for 6 months. So we're definitely all used to it. We're able to communicate very well, even in stressful situations. And throughout over the past 6 months, we've definitely grown together and bonded and formed those relationships that are necessary for this level of competition.
And how would you explain what you're doing to somebody who isn't in the military?
I guess I would say every unit puts together a squad of the best squad, and then they go and compete level after level, and the winning teams progress until we're here at the Force Comp competition.
What would you say to that person who doesn't know anything about any of this that might entice them into doing it as well?
There's a lot of opportunity that comes with competition. You get to do things you've never done, like the Spies Insertion, shooting the SDMR. Yeah, in addition, like being able to take what we learned here at the competition, bring it back home, and teach the guys that don't have these experiences, it'll kind of make us all better.
Sorry.
So yeah, definitely Spies will be the most exciting thing for today. Basically, we all get tethered up, hooked up. We get basically just all get hooked up to the same rope on this helicopter, attached to a helicopter. We start going up, and then we all just kind of just dangle there. It's exhilarating. Like it really is. It's so fun.
So as crazy as it was today, why was it like essential that you guys do this for the competition?
It's essential that we get out of our comfort zone, and I think this was a big part of it. I mean, you're just really putting full trust in the equipment that you're using. So I think the big lesson is like make sure you prep your equipment. Like that's a big takeaway here, because you got people hanging from like tethers, and you're like, let's make sure that we get everything together. So we're big props to the guys out here running the comp today. They were a big help getting us through, getting it done. So it's been very smooth today, for sure.
Did you turn it on? I can hear this here. That's why the levels. I can hear it.
Yeah. All good?
It's been a long fucking day.
It's all good. It's all good.
Just hold still. We're good.
Okay.
I just want to make sure. I'm going to just make sure that it's on. Yeah, it's on. It's
Okay.
on. I just can't hear it. That's fine. It's on.
Okay.
Ignore me. I'm retarded. All right.
You're good?
Sorry about that.
That's all good. You guys do your thing.
Where were we?
What is Spies? Go ahead and spell it out.
We-
What
All right.
does it count for?
We talked
I-
about this.
No,
Yeah.
what does it stand for?
I don't know what it
What is-
stands for.
Oh, just
Yeah.
Oh, it's okay. We know. We just wanted to get the sound bite.
Yeah, I got you.
How about the biggest thing that you're looking forward to this week?
Biggest thing that I'm looking forward to this week is definitely the CrossFit event and the outreach, because I think people have a misunderstanding about what soldiers are and how we interact with people. They kind of see us all stiff-necked, and I don't believe that's true. I don't think they get to actually see how we are. We're just people, and we're just doing a job, and that's all there is to it. But I think the outreach is definitely a good thing to get into the community and let people know what the Army is all about. you know,
Yeah.
definitely.
Why do you feel? Because you feel it's important about the outreach, so you have the civilian side has a better understanding.
Yeah.
What's the one thing that you would want to hammer in during your outreach?
During the outreach program, I would just want people to know that the Army is so important, you know, and it's a big responsibility. But at the end of the day, like, people that are in here, we all do a big job, and it matters, you know, and you know, we just want people to be able to reach out, and we want to be able to like let the, you know, people out there know, like, hey, you know, we're just people and we're just here to do a job, and we want everybody to be comfortable around soldiers, because right now, you know, with the whole world is like, they should be able to look at us as, you know, just other people, you know, that's all there is to it.
What do you think about this competition shows how important the Army is to the civilian sector?
This competition is important because it breaks up the monotony of our normal division days. And, you know, whatever job you do, I'm a 14 Tango, air defense artillery, so I don't typically get to do something like this always. And I think it's really important that everybody gets to experience the other side of things, as far as like 10 level combat, like specific tasks that we don't actually get to do normally in our day-to-day ops. And it just breaks up the monotony and it brings everybody together. Super, super big on camaraderie and communication. That's what this whole thing, it's a team building thing, you know. Communication is key, and it really hammers down on those things. So this competition is really good for bringing soldiers and squads together as one team, one unit, and one fight, like the whole deal. Yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have anything you want?
No, I was gonna say, because I don't want to. I know we're not gonna have a lot of time.
Yeah.
That's shit I've got.
Okay, just stop. Okay, so Sergeant Allen.
Yeah.
What about? Is there something personal to you, like a personal angle that brought you here, that's helped you succeed thus far in everything that you faced?
Oh yeah, my faith for sure. My faith is really big as far as my life goes. I pray before every competition. Like, I hold God in my heart, like right here. Before we all go out, we said a prayer today before we left and stepped off. I would say just faith and, you know, open, honest communication, and just believing, you know, believing that we got this, you know. Keeping that positive mindset as well is super key. So that's been a whole driving force, is just God for me. That's really it.
Is there anything that you would like to add?
No, one thing I would want people to know is that it's important to branch out and like do more, because there's never going to be a time where you can just stop. You have to keep going, and you have to keep striving for more and doing more. So that's what I would tell anyone out there.